can see the first lock to enter the Rhine-Rhone Canal.
Yeah, what a special place.
They call it grilled almonds. To me, it's more hazelnut.
And it all mixes together to make this totally fairy tale, magical sort of scene. I'm Maya, and this is Aladino. In mid-November, we converted our 28-foot sailboat into a riverboat, and we started going north, from the Mediterranean all the way to the North Sea. In front of us, we had 2,000 kilometers and 200 locks. Join us as we navigate river currents, discover incredible places, cruise through canals, wait out a global pandemic in the heart of France, and record the whole voyage with a new episode every Friday. This is North Through the Continent. We're going north through the continent. We left the town of Saint-Jean-de-Lone in the morning. Ahead of us was a big day. We were finally leaving the river and entering into the small and picturesque Rhine-Rhone Canal. With over 70 small locks, many of them automatically operated, our journey was about to look a whole lot different. The confusingly named Rhine-Rhone Canal actually connects the Saône and the Rhine rivers. For decades, there were plans to rebuild the canal to accommodate commercial river barges, but residents vehemently opposed the idea, so now the canal is mostly big enough only for pleasure boats with a 1.80 meter maximum draft. The canal passes through very impressive scenery, especially when nearing the border with Switzerland, and my guidebook says that it must be one of the most gloriously beautiful inland waterways in Europe. We were looking forward to this section of the journey.
Hey, I think we're here. I can see the first lock to enter the Rhine-Rhone Canal. So I think let's get closer, maybe we dock there.
The lock keeper saw us coming and started preparing the lock. When the light turned green, we motored inside. Holding both the stern and bow line, I climbed up the very slippery ladder and secured the boat. The gates closed and the water level rose. When the lock cycle was finished, we went to talk to the lock keeper, who gave us an electronic remote, which we would use from now on to operate the locks. After receiving instructions on how to use it, we continued on our way. Wow, what an experience in the first small lock. It's a lot easier now that we can actually space the ropes out, have one at the bow and one at the stern. So having a bow line and a stern line rather than two in the middle.
That makes movement a lot better on the boat.
Totally.
Like just the fenders on how they're positioned on the boat. One touches, the other touches, one touches, and instead when you're just cleated off the middle, it's very different. Oh, we're at the next lock.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But I have to use the remote control now to activate the next lock.
The next adventure.
So quick push to turn the remote on. Then I have two buttons if I'm going upstream or downstream, one for upstream, so I push one. To confirm, push OK. Long push on OK.
And it is in English as well.
And the light turned red-green now, and it's flashing. That means the gates are opening and it's preparing for us.
Yahoo! The next few locks were all in quick succession, and we quickly scrambled around with lines and cameras, trying to get the muscle memory back while filming the whole procedure. Every lock has a little control booth with a red and blue rod. Once the boat is secured, someone has to go pull the blue rod to start the lock cycle.
It's raining! No! Here.
Shelter.
Not rain! Oh man!
You wanted to go north.
I know. No, that's okay.
The weather was a bit gloomy, but the charm of the French countryside wasn't dampened.
Isn't it so cute here?
Yeah. It's such a contrast. It's so different right now. This locking system, I mean, we're in the canals now, and yeah, I find it quite different. We've had 3 locks now, all within 5-minute distance.
Yeah.
And that's yeah, how it will continue for now.
We traveled along the narrow waterways, through lock after lock, thoroughly enjoying the change of pace. We were also really excited about our destination that night. We were planning to tie up in the town of Dole and just wait until you see it. When in Dole, it's easy to think you've suddenly landed in a fairy tale. I'm so excited to show you, but first, we had to get there.
Ready? So, of course, not everything can be all sunshine and rainbows. So we're now entering a little bit more of an industrial area. Not a little bit, a very industrial area. And you're not actually allowed to stop in this section of the river. There's also lights, which apparently if they turn red, it means something has gone wrong in the industrial area and you need to vacate immediately, just kind of as a warning system. There was also a sign we just passed by that said you're now entering a CCTV area. So we'll speed on ahead through this section.
Onwards and onwards. There's nothing like returning to somewhere you've been before, maybe several years ago, to make you reflect on how time has passed. We drifted by locks and fields and trees, all of which I've drifted by before, except everything was different then, and so was I. Last time it was warmer and sunnier, last time I was younger and far more uncertain, last time was 2 years ago, and so much has happened since then. The rain started in earnest. We kept going. Dole wasn't far now.
Wet, 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 so very, very wet. Oh, you let go? Okay. I will also let go. Jeannie will steer us out. Watch my little flick of the wrist. Ta-da! How smooth was that? I don't know if the GoPro got it or not.
The Rhine-Rhone Canal weaves in and out of the River Doubs, and we were now entering our first stretch of river.
And here, the river opens up a little bit. This is now the River Doubs. We are no longer in a man-made canal. Now the River Doubs, I have to tell you something about it. I'll turn the camera around. The River Doubs is a little bit nasty at times. Not because of current or anything, it's a fairly small, gentle river, but that's exactly its problem. Because the canals have a fairly consistent depth. we were looking at the depth sounder and it never really went much below 2 meters in the canals we just came through this morning, which is really good. Because of the rain, I think that's a little bit higher than usual. Now rivers, because they do move and they shift and they change with the seasons, the bottom is always shifting and moving and changing, and it can't always be dredged out perfectly. So, last time we came down the Doubs, we had quite a lot of problem with running aground in sections that all the signposts said we shouldn't run aground in, but just the sandbanks move and shift. So, I am glad, even though I don't love being wet, I am glad it is raining, because hopefully this will elevate the water in the Doubs just a little bit and we won't have to scrape our keel too much. But I am expecting we will probably scrape our keel once or twice in the Doubs. So we just have to take it slow. And I mean, why have a full keel if you're not going to smash it a few times? There's the écluse. You see the red light? Now let's see if good old automatic lock keeper can find it. Now that we are in line of sight. It always says rangin'. Ah, there we go. Push 1 upriver, push 2 down. 1. To confirm, press OK. Often it doesn't like it when I press OK, and I have to press OK a bunch of times. Aha! I got it. And now, I don't know if you can see that, it is far away, but the red light has turned to a red light and a green light and a flashing orange light. We've got them all going right now. And that means that the écluse is getting ready. Okie dokie, we're almost in Dole. And I am very excited to be in Dole because it is a very beautiful place. And also I'm very excited for it to stop raining. I'm not sure when it plans on doing that, but I mean, it can't keep this up forever, right? Dole! Ready? Happy Dini?
So I just went to the reception and they said our size boat is $7.50 for the night, plus $7 if we want water and electricity. So I go back now, pay, since they're closed tomorrow morning. It's Saturday. Yeah.
Sounds good. And we are the only pleasure boat here.
Totally.
Yeah.
When we started the lock, apparently the lock master said there was another boat that came through yesterday, but if it's not here, then it went further.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we'll meet them.
Mm-hmm. Hello from Dole. It is very wet and gloomy, and although we should be out exploring the new town, we are not. We are inside being cozy and drying off after the day. I'm working on some video editing. Aladino made some black beans. And we are going to go out and explore Dole tomorrow morning. So we're going to have a cozy, lazy night. And I'm happy about that. So beautiful. What do you think, Amore? Do you think we should splash out and have a meal alongside the canal here?
We should splash in and try to catch a frog.
Yeah, what a special place. It's interesting because we've spent a lot of time in Europe. There's like the nice bridge and there's the beautiful old church and there's the old buildings and the small center of town where there's no cars and it's just pedestrian. And every now and then you come across one which is still just takes it to a new level. And I feel like Dole is that place where it just takes it to a new level of beauty and antiquity and charm.
Dole is in the region of Franche-Comté, and it actually used to be the capital city until Louis XIV conquered the region in the 1400s and shifted the parliament to Besançon, another town a bit farther along on our route. Presiding over the town is the Church of Notre Dame, with a 75-meter-high bell tower and an enormous, yet intricately carved wooden organ.
Another reason why Dole is a little bit famous is because this is where Louis Pasteur is from, and apparently there's a museum at his old house or something like that. I doubt it will be open today, but apparently it's this way. There is a statue of Louis Pasteur. So it is evening now. We are still in Dole. After we went for our walk this morning, we came back and I did some more video editing. There's always more video editing to do. It usually takes me at least a full day to edit a movie, so sitting down doing that. Anyway, tonight we are doing something exciting. That very, very sweet little canal with the restaurants running along beside it. We're going to go have a little bit of dinner at one of those restaurants, which I'm really excited about. We haven't been to a restaurant in about 4 months because of coronavirus, and we were just locked down and all the restaurants were closed. So it's our first time going out, and I'm very excited. I think it's going to be really memorable because it's such a beautiful spot. So yes, let's go. So just through this archway is the canal, and then there's the little walk path where we're going to be eating dinner. It's such a magical entranceway. It's literally like a fairy tale. It's so beautiful. Okay, I want to start out by making it clear right away that we have no idea what we're talking about when it comes to wine, like at all. But we were just gonna order a pitcher because in France they have like the table wine, and that's always the cheapest, and you can just get like literally a pitcher of it in different sizes. But then he talked us into one that's actually supposed to go with what we're eating, and we were kind of like, oh, okay, fine. I mean, in France, wine is far more affordable than it is at home, so a glass of this nice stuff is still only 750 euros, which is about like $8 US, so it's still not excessive, but it's really good.
Yeah, it has a very nutty thing to it, which is why they recommended it with the cheese dish we're getting, which makes sense to me.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, cool.
So anyway, I don't know if it's interesting to hear me, who knows nothing about wines, talk about wine, but it's very good.
Yeah.
Wait, what's it called? Actually,
Savagnin.
Huh?
It's very hard to pronounce correctly.
You should show us the menu.
Savagnin. They call it grilled almonds. To me, it's more hazelnut. Sorry. Watch out, that will be the next great thing. Dini wine reviews.
You're gonna have to start your own channel for that, darling. I'm so happy to be here.
You look so happy.
I am so happy. Yeah, this is like the whole romance of the idea of a trip through the French canals. And when we came down the French canals last time, we really didn't have any money, and we didn't go out to any of these places. And it's just such an amazing feeling that now we can. And we can have a dinner out occasionally, and that's just, yeah, so nice. Our ability to enjoy these little extra things along the way sometimes is thanks to you for watching the videos. Every like and every subscription, of course every patron, makes the whole difference, so thank you.
So we ordered le crémeux du Jura, the creamy of the region, and it's a cheese in this wooden basket, and it's molten,
Yeah, it's hot.
Yes.
Oh, it's very hot.
Very soft.
Yeah.
Potato salad and a slice of jambon.
And apparently it's a specialty of the region.
Yes.
This region of France is very close to Switzerland and the mountain influence is apparent. The restaurant had fondue on the menu, and although what we ordered isn't the same as fondue, it still follows a similar line of thinking. Okay, let's see how this is. Is it hot?
Yes.
It tastes like really nicely baked and herbed potatoes, dipped in really warm and good cheese.
Hey.
Wow.
I'm absolutely knocked out. I thought this would be an appetizer or just something to share as a starter, but yeah, I'm overfull and
Me
we shared
too.
it. But yeah, it's a big quantity of cheese.
It was really good though.
Yeah.
All paid up? All paid up?
All paid up.
You want to go for a walk now? Try and walk off some of that cheese?
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it's possible, but we can try.
Or we do it French style and we go on the boat and drink some digestif.
But the best was still yet to come. For as the light faded from the sky, the lights of Dole slowly flickered on. And what already seemed like a fairy tale in the daylight now seemed like something too magical to exist. I love this. It's so beautiful here. France and a lot of Europe just put so much effort into making things magical and beautiful in their old historic districts. And so, like, for example, behind me, this bridge, it's a little bit hidden behind the tree, but this bridge is all lit up in purple, because why not? Purple is a beautiful color, and it contrasts the orange of the street lamps and the blue of the night sky and the green of the trees, and it all mixes together to make this totally fairy tale, magical sort of scene. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and maybe leave a comment what you thought. And if you want to keep following this adventure, hit subscribe and press the little notification bell next to the subscription button as well. A big, huge thank you to our patrons for making these weekly episodes possible, and an extra big thank you to these folks who go above and beyond to make sure that these videos keep happening. We'll see you all next Friday.